Good morning, everybody. Matt Yeomans here. Just shooting this video to share some thoughts that I've just had. After being on a bit of a downer as of last night, I thought it'd be hypocritical of me to not share these moments. My last few videos have been sort of quite positive, and for the last, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months, I have been pretty high, as on a high, not high on drugs, as in a good place. I've been sharing, techniques and my lessons on adjusting my mindset to live a more positive, happier lifestyle. And one of my last videos, I shared about how it's actually pretty normal and okay to occasionally feel depressed or anxious about something. If you haven't watched that video, then yeah, please do. It's just basically being open and honest about the fact that you can say that I no longer suffer from depression and still have experiences of the feelings, because it is normal. The difference is whether you're aware of it and whether you manage to catch yourself and realise that things actually aren't that bad, and you can choose and decide to take yourself out of that depressive state. So basically, last night I kind of got hit for 6, and last night and this morning I've not felt this low for a long time, and it was down to I don't want to go into too much detail, but I was reaching out for somebody for some advice on something that I'm working on, which is to do with me starting my own business online. And I think my expectations were to be told, I wanted to be told one thing. I wanted to hear one thing. Kind of like a pat on the back. Yes, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path, kind of thing. Wrong or right, I'm not 100% committed on either way, but that wasn't what I received. I may have received what I needed to hear rather than what I wanted to hear. So initially my reaction was, well, that's not fair, that's not right, I'm right, you're wrong. Obviously I've very quickly stepped away from that, went into the situation with an open mind and decided to go, right, okay, well, maybe it's not this other person, maybe it's how I'm perceiving or choosing to feel after receiving receiving that response. Maybe it's down to me, which it should be, and I've said that before in one of my other videos, that it's a choice on how you feel. So I'm choosing to feel this particular way because of the answer I got, or the response I got to my question. So why am I choosing to feel that way? And I think, well, it's because I was expecting to hear something, this pat on the back, this well done, you're on the right path, maybe a little tweak here or there to make it better, but apart from that, good work. That's what I was expecting to hear. That's not what I heard. So I've got to again approach it with an open mind. Maybe what I heard was what I needed to hear, and obviously that's going to be much more beneficial to me long run than being constantly patted on the back and told, yay, you're doing great. So that's the reason behind my sort of fall as such. Now, that to one side, it made me realise how, this sort of journey is like, it's like climbing a ladder through life, or on your goal for happiness or some kind of success. You're climbing a ladder. It takes a long time to climb a ladder in comparison to how quickly you can fall down that ladder. So again, I got to that point in my head of like, right, I have just fallen quite a long way down. And in reality, when you do fall from a ladder, you're gonna most likely hit the bottom. If you've ever seen anybody fall from a ladder, the chances of them catching themselves on that ladder and not hitting the bottom is very slim, because in reality you end up dragging the ladder down with you, which is probably even worse than you just falling away from the ladder. So anyway, enough of that about the ladder. So yeah, I felt that I've fell a long way, and I was trying to find a positive thing out of that, because once you've hit the bottom again, you've got two options. You either stay there, or you get back up and you start climbing again. Finding that motivation to start climbing again can be very demotivating and terrifying. Stood back at the bottom of that ladder, looking all the way up, going, oh my God, look at how far away I was, and I'm now all the way back down here. It can be very daunting. But, again, my positive outlook on it was, the first time I climbed that ladder, took a long time. I didn't know what, you're taking each step at that ladder with caution. You might even suggest that, you put 1 foot on the first or second or however many runs up you are. Steps or runs, they're called runs, technical term. You might put 1 foot on it and sort of press down on it a few times, because you're unsure of what's going to happen. What's the outcome going to be? Is it going to hold your weight? Are you going to achieve what you want to achieve by stepping on this step? You might do that a little bit before you actually fully commit and get both feet on that step. The benefit of falling is next time you climb that ladder, those steps, they're going to hold your weight. They're going to get you to where you want to be. So that climb back up to where you were, still going to take longer than it took to fall, but it's a lot quicker than it was the first time. And you've got the benefit of all those lessons you learned the first time you climbed up the ladder. You're going to experience them again, and you're going to pick up something extra on your way. So, I'd like to say to fate, thank you for allowing me to fall. Because I've never been more eager and motivated to reclimb that ladder again. And I can't wait to get back to where I was. To be honest, as I'm shooting this video, I'm already halfway there. If you've fallen, don't give up. Keep climbing. And start living.